The bills, which includes an act to establish the National Electoral Offences Commission, is also charged with the responsibility of prohibiting and prosecuting of electoral offences, and a law for an act to establish the Electoral Offences Tribunal for the purpose of trying electoral offences. It seeks to recommend between 500,000 to 50 million naira fine and up to 10 years jail term for those found wanting. The offences that attract such penalties include unauthorized printing, distribution, importation or destruction of ballot papers and result sheets, snatching of ballot boxes, pre-election violence, among others. This is an indication that the electoral offenders may be in for a tough time, as both chambers are considering bills for electoral offences.
This option of fine, is not good laws. If they said any offender, depending on the type of offense you commit, you see, any offender that is found guilty should go to prison with hard labor for a good period of time. It's better than saying 50 million. Now,
some respondents, including politicians and public analysts, says stiff penalties will discourage electoral offences and fraud, which is common in Nigerian polls. For others, the usefulness of the law depends on the political will to enforce it and the commitments of those entrusted with its enforcement.
Those who feel can enforce the law are those sometimes violating the law. So in Nigeria, some people tend to be above the law. It is not the issue of the law that matters. We have so many laws, but the obedience and enforcement of the law is the fundamental problem.
The punitive aspect of it is good in the sense that if there is always someone who has been made to pay for the crime that person or she or he has committed, definitely will be a hindrance to those who intend to or are doing it. So I think it's a good move in the right direction.
They maintained that if properly enforced, it will sanitize the electoral system and curb the current do-or-die tendencies of the politicians, especially now that the country is heading towards another round of the general election in 2019. Hilda Jesele Duma, 26 News.